Hello everybody, and my name is Ryan. How's that go on that on Google? If you look up Super Sal 2K or Sal, it just says Sal on the side, or whatever it says. But yeah, my last name, my real last name is Salazar, or to say it in American kind of a context, Salazar. But I like to say it sometimes in Spanish context, like Salazar. And there's a way you say that. Like there's a way you say other last names that are, of other cultures than American. Okay. So, I don't want to waste this green tea. I made some green tea. I don't think I want to waste it. Yeah, enough of that now. Got to do the broadcast. Okay. All right. So yes, I am RetroRizuki81, and what I've got to show everyone today is I'm gonna go over some books that I have that I bought, some from Barnes and Noble, and basically just gonna give like an overview of what I'm, the theme of what I'm trying to correlate, like when I'm trying to give correlation. But first, I'm trying to convey what I'm trying to say, and there may be correlations when I'm actually saying. So there's not like correlation yet, but see, really, when I try to say something, in other words, I'm conveying something. Like how when you go in a grocery line and you have a conveyor belt, well, you're trying to connect with what you're saying to the audience, basically. And when I connect with you, everyone, see, this is what I'm saying also, is that I may be giving correlation to some things, some topics that are related to like my history, myself, and how it relates to the game of Shenmue, how it relates to even Tekken's Bandai Namco's Gen Kazama character. See, there's correlations I have within my history, and even given like my medical history. And I have to bring that topic up because I've been telling the doctors my problems that I've been having and struggling with for years now, and I finally, some people are like, I finally figured it out. So, like, what is the best solution? Or I figured out how to say it, like, what is the best, how to say it. There is no solution, basically, for like having, problems that linger on with depression, or depending on how bad depression is, which I'm not depressed, but this is what I've learned within having like mental illness. You see, I want to explain this about mental illness and bipolar disorder. There are people around the world, and I'm not going to bring up all the actors' names, but if you look up certain actors in Hollywood, they do have bipolar disorder, you see. And there's certain people that are special people and prominent people in the world. They're very special people, and they have bipolar disorder, and it's associated with schizoaffective disorder. It's associated with, anxiety, more depression or manic depression. It's all kind of like, when you say someone is like manic depressive, it's automatically associated with a schizoaffective thing. It could be, and it's like more than likely, if you get into manic phases in your brain, you're getting into that. So, how to really say like, where does it come from? Well, they do say it starts from a trigger, something triggering it, and that's what I'm getting at, everyone. You see, you have to kind of know and decipher and discern how to identify these problems, you see. So that's part of my history, how to say it. There are a lot of there are some close relatives in my family that died off in the early '90s, and then on top of that, I also have to you know compete with the bullies in school that thought they were better and thought they were special, and so yeah, I come from a generation where bullying was real, and cyberbullying was a laughable joke. Honestly, I don't even they didn't even have computers back in my generation. They had them, but they were like Macintosh or they're Apple of some sort, or I guess you'd say Macintosh, but they were like they were not as advanced like they are today. You see, and they didn't have the internet. Now they didn't have the internet in 1995. Okay, now in 1995, I want to get at this here. There was a short time frame in my life when I was literally selected, or not selected, but I mean, it's like I'm born to be this Shenmue guy in my youth. Now, in my youth, I was, and not that I'm not in my youth still today, but let me elaborate. In my youth, I was age 14, okay? Yes, so I was 14 years old, and I had this supernatural gift for the martial arts, and it was not just karate, it's Muay Thai, it's karate, Muay Thai, it is Taekwondo, it is Subakdo, also known as Tang Sudo, and it's any martial art basically I was gifted in. Except for, having a big old stomach and being a sumo wrestler. So I'm not gifted in that unless you put a fat suit on me. Because I literally had a body and a core exactly like Ryu Hazuki in 1995. The reason I didn't take pictures of myself, everyone, is because I was taught, I'll say this first, okay? Chuck Norris comes from our federation, and he's from Oklahoma, Texas, that region of the country. So I'm kind of like a Texas, guy, and people from Texas that are Mexican, or they're just cowboys in Texas. What they're like, what we're like down there. We're spiritual, we're Christian, most of us, or we're just coming from a different country, Texans, and we're different. We're not like people from even Michigan. Okay, so my family is Mexican and Texan, and I also have family that is the Michigan, but really what's more dominant in my family is the Texas side and the Mexican side more. Which I have, I do believe I have British in me also, and so I have most of me is from my mother's side, coming from England, Scotland, mostly those countries, maybe some other European, I believe, Wales, I've heard of Wales, yeah, Wales, and some Finland, I think there's some Polish in me, little bit of Polish, like a little bit, but there's some Polish in me as well, and I just found that out in my my mother's ancestry. So, yes, and yeah, so I, want to make that clear that that's what I'm told, and that's so all that I know. For all I know, really, we all come from somewhere or something, and you just go with what you know. I've heard that said before as well. Now, my beliefs, my core beliefs are based on what? I've never even, I don't even really look at this book here, it's a Bible, but I know it's based off of that. And, even Mr. R. Camacho, he talks about, I've heard him, I've seen him speak of God and background of Christianity somewhat more or less on the internet, and that is Mr. R Camacho. I've got his book here also. I want to actually read this book more. Okay. Yes, so I'm pursuing a profession within the martial arts, within, you know, maybe one day I'll actually meet Mr. R Camacho. You can see his pictures in that book. There's a lot of pictures here, a lot of good information. You know, he's a very talented director, actor, producer. And yes, I've actually I've made friends with somebody that's in the acting field, like how to say, the martial arts acting field. Also, his name goes by Kevin Chambers. Yes, and he's also friends with R Camacho. See, it's funny. So I had my hand on the C or in the A, California. Yes, so I just, you know, I've always been a big fan of this stuff. And see, there's him there. Look at that. There he is. And you know what it says in the very beginning of this book? It says these words. Dedicated to that fat little kid sitting in that old movie theater eating popcorn and watching his first Bruce Lee movie. Dream on. It's a dedication. Read that. Between the lines, you'll know that he can be like, and where's that picture again? Or one just like it. Well, here's another one. Here's a better one. Look at that fat little kid in the movie theater. You see? You believe in yourself, you can do anything. When you apply yourself and give yourself the proper application to, you know, accomplish something, anything is possible. And I've always been one to believe like, see, when I was 14 years of age, I thought like a teacher. I thought like a teacher at 14. I thought like a teacher all my life. And I was more mature than, I'm not bragging, but I don't want to compare myself. That's what I got to stop myself from doing, because that's like, you know, bragging. But I don't want to just brag. You know, I just know I'm really mature at that age, and I didn't know better about some things, and you know, the being taught Christianity growing up. I may have not known to not judge others. I may have not known to not, you know, like, you know, how to say this. They talk about sin in the Bible, okay? Now, if I go and if I say, well, I'm going to follow the 10 Commandments in the Bible, okay? What am I going to do? I want to have sex. I can't control my hormones. I need to have sex with a girl. Well, what if she's underage? What if she's, you know, see, there's all kind of depictions. There's different things to, not depictions, that's the wrong word, but there's different perspectives and ways to look at this broad overview of, well, I'm gonna have sex. Well, I can't have sex. Well, I can't have sex, or I can't. Well, it could be like, you know, you don't understand. Well, that's why, you know, they say parents talk to your children about sex, and they say parents talk to your kids about drugs, and parents talk to your kids about all the things you can imagine, because those are your kids, and you're the parent. You're supposed to do your job right. See, there's, you know, that's part of the reason, you know, and how to say it. I don't want to speak of my own family or my own parents, but I may have, you know, messed up along the way, or made a bad decision, or not made the right, perfect decision. Because see, sometimes the martial artist, see, this is the whole idea about the martial arts movie actor is supposed to be perfect. He's depicted to be perfect in every way, and this is how he has to be. His looks have to be as good as his talent. He has to be really good looking and really talented. And that, in order to do that, he's a special person, which meaning he doesn't want to be a fighter. He has to be really good looking. Really, he has to be charming. He has to have something else he can do besides the martial arts sometimes. And he has to be really good in the martial arts. You see, he's got to be really unique. There's got to be a distinction of this guy from all the other guys. What about these ugly guys that can do karate? You see, what about guys that don't have the right looks at the time, or they, those are the guys that may not get selected for certain parts. But I've always aspired to be a martial arts movie actor since I was age 14, and that's why Shenmue was created, because my talent really was distinctive, and it really, the distinction of my talent stood out a lot. And that's what made Shenmue what it is. I have to tell everybody, tell the whole world, and I'm claiming it to the whole world, and Japan wouldn't have had Shenmue without me. I'm telling the truth, and I'm not gonna lie. Japan would not have Shenmue without Ryan Michael Salazar. And there was a real degree that I had, a real certificate that I was supposed to change my name on it, basically. And not just basically, but literally, I don't know how to say it. I was supposed to change my name on it, but my talent at age 14 was more, it just like, what I'm trying to say, it caused problems, and it caused like revolutionary things to happen. I don't know what happened, but after 1995, somehow this mixed martial arts came into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I don't know, but it became real big. People used to think I was Brazilian. I'm not, I don't believe I'm Brazilian, but I am Spanish. And, so I may get confused for being Brazilian because I'm Latino, I'm Spanish. Now, as you know, Mexican people, or even European or American people, but I do know that there's a lot of people that are Mexican or Hispanic. They're really good in the military. They're really good at sports, really good at singing, really good at making love. Romantic men that are Latino, some of them. And they're really good in the military, Latino men. Now, that says a lot for, the people that are Latino or Hispanic. And, I have to say, if I'm British too, and or English, Scottish, I have to say that, it's just like being Spanish, because, we're all from Europe, and I see myself as like a British guy in a lot of ways. I don't just see myself as like a, ethnic kind of, like someone that's brown or, whatever. I don't want to say anything too racy or offensive, but I just, I know, and I know better to be respectful to people and accept them for who they are, no matter what. But that doesn't mean I have to like them. See? Now, what I'm trying to say, basically, conveying this properly. Okay, yes, so I had a degree, and I had a certificate, it's the same thing, and it needs to be respected, I believe, around the whole world, because I earned it. I'm the first man to do these moves. I'm the first man to do the tornado kick for Shenmue, and I call that the Shenmue tornado kick. I'm the first guy to do that, first person at age 14. I literally had a body that looked just like this Ryozuki. And, I didn't take pictures because I was humble. I was practicing Christianity, but I was practicing that religion probably too fanatical. And let me explain this. I did study some Buddhism within some books. They talked about Confucianism, Buddhism, talked about meditating and Zen, and I studied some of that in books from the library also. But I was not allowed to go to a Buddhist hall. My parents forbid it, my family forbid it, that I go to Buddhist conventions or whatever they are. I was not accepted to do that by my own family, so I did not really pursue Buddhism. But I did like Buddhism, and I did study some Zen. I did study some of parts of Buddhism and that, but I just don't how to say it. I studied more about other religions too in civics class, like Islam, and I studied more about other religions like Hinduism and Judaism, Sikh. I've studied some of the Sikh, I believe. I've heard of that Sikh religion in India. Yes. Heard of a Sikh kebab? That's part of India, their cuisine, or Pakistan. You know, different. So different nationalities of South Asia have that kind of food. It's good food. Okay, so I did one play before, and it was based off of the 12th Night. It's inspired by 12th Night is inspired or written by, I think it was written, or was it just inspired? I don't know. By William Shakespeare, and I have a Shakespeare book here. I got this from a local library not too far. I should read into it more. Okay. I've read it, I've glanced at it, but I just don't, get into it like I have been wanting and meaning to. I was thinking of being a pilot at one time. It takes a lot of money. I don't know if I would want to completely pursue being a pilot. Like with that takes like a really, really healthy lifestyle to be a pilot. You gotta have a lot of money, and you gotta have that, a lot of money. You gotta have a good lifestyle. Because the reason I'm saying that, you got to be able to fly. To fly, you have to have a really, like, not a lot of stress in your life, really. But if you do have stress, it can't stop you from, doing what you're trying to do. And that's, see, this is like a lot of money. I've got this, I was trying to be like a drone pilot a while ago, and then I was trying to be like a pilot before that. But, it's like, honestly, pilots do get anxiety sometimes, and even doing anything, you might get anxiety. Yeah. But where does anxiety come from? It starts with stress. It comes from stress. See? And for me to be a man and to be single and not have a girlfriend or girlfriends, make that plural. It's stressful, and it causes problems. People that have problems, and people when they don't have that, they're not being living a normal life. It's like they might as well be in jail. They might as well be like a prisoner. And who am I to say? I don't know if even prisoners have sex. If they do and they don't say or whatever, I don't, sometimes they get into, homosexuality there. And because they're in prison, well, people get raped in prisons. Yeah, I live in a forest and there's a centipede crawling around, just ignore it. One of those centipedes in rear view. Can't stand those things. Let me get up. I don't think he'll bother me. Hope he doesn't. Stand this. Creeped out by those things. I give you the woolies. Ugh. Go up my pants, man. Shit. Get the woolies. But yeah, I'm just, how to say this. Okay, let me get into it now. I'm at 25 minutes here, and I'm Retrorusic 81 at 25 minutes. I'm wanting to avail this talent, but to really be like a martial arts movie actor. See, this was like my idea originally, to be a martial arts movie actor at age 14. Now, my claims, everybody, have to be made official, really. They literally should be made official. And, I'm calling lawyers, attorneys, trying to get the right attorney, because I'm not nobody. I don't know how to say it. I'm not nobody. I'm not nobody. I'm not a joke. And I should not be discriminated against the way I am in Michigan, to not train at Region 5. I feel like I'm, if they don't want to accept me there, and I don't know, because see, this is the whole problem. This is like a dilemma. They actually have the nerve to not, it's like this. I call the federation. I do ask for my teacher to call me back. He's not calling me back, but here's the other problem. I have I'm Mexican, so I got like a dysfunctional family at times. To some moderate extent, there's some dysfunction. And there has been, I would say, but there's not really that as moderate. It's not even moderate now, but it's known to be like dysfunction in my family. I'm Mexican. And then I've got I've got American people in my family, and then Mexican. I can't help that, I've got the problems I got, because, well, it's not, how they say it's not good to intermarry. Well, I don't want to just say that, but imagine me like the Tiger Woods or whatever, but there's a lot I could say, and to make people really have a clear understanding of my identity, who I'm supposed to be, and not just who I'm supposed to be, who I am. I'm the guy that's literally Ryozuki first. And this is the reason I'm saying first, is because, I don't know if there'll be another one, because if there is, he's doing my moves. These are all like, how to say it, they're the Federation of Subak-do's moves, some of them. And then we have my own moves. Okay, tornado kick, for the Shenmue tornado kick is my own move. The 3 kick strings that are Taekwondo, and then there's also Kyokushin Karate and the progression for Shenmue 2. Okay, that's a Taekwondo tornado kick and also Kyokushin Karate tornado kick in the progression for Shenmue 2 as a 3 kick string. Yes, and that's those two, those chains or strings, kicking strings, those are my moves. I'm the co-founder for the Hazuki style, the first man, the co-founder, and how to say it. If I was a Dan, which they do call me a Dan, they really should just give me the credit and say, you're the founder of the Hazuki style. But here's part of the problem I have. Going back in my history, okay, I started training in what year? 1995. And then I came back to train again in 1997, okay? So when I came back to train in 1997, I remember the Dan instructor, might as well say his name, Mr. Hurst. He used Tekken. He took some of my moves, and that's how they made Tekken 3, okay? In 1997, Tekken 3, the beginning of the year 1997 is when I trained, January to March or April. Now, here's what I'm saying. Jin Kazama didn't come into the stores into Tekken until 1997, like in the summer or something. But, so what I noticed is, you notice how in Tekken 3, Jin Kazama doesn't have much talent. His moves look like what? They look like crap. Play Tekken 3 for PlayStation 1. Jin Kazama, his moves look crappy. You know why? Because I lost my talent. I lost my gift. I lost my power. I was this guy. That guy right there. See that guy? Look at this. Look at that. This is me. This is literally me, but Oh, I don't have the one that's more expensive. The one that's like 13,000, 10,000. I don't know what the what the hell it costs online, but man, I didn't know. I didn't know. I forgot I had a degree. I forgot I had a certificate that said, "Oh, you're Ryo Hazuki," and it said not just that. They gave me the Shenmue residency rights in Japan, and I thought I heard that there's. Am I right? Or I don't know. Somebody told me in the group that there's these kids that keep rebuilding the Shenmue house, and then people go there from America or somewhere out where they're coming from. Don't want to be too obvious, but some little kids keep rebuilding that house, and then people come and burn it down and knock it down. They keep building it up again in Japan. Oh, you know, whatever. Neil Anderson. I don't know what to say. Between the lines. Uh, it's funny. It's funny because that's supposed to be what, my house? And now I'm what, this guy too? And then this is what I'm getting at, okay? This Shenmue and this Yakuza, and it's not this, but this Tekken, Yakuza, Shenmue is all my fight choreography. Some of it is inspired by pictures. The girl I dated had some pictures. I didn't save my pictures. I'm too pissed off from certain things that happened in that relationship, which was not a real relationship to me in every way. And I don't want to completely piss someone off or deny anyone, but that relationship to me was like a play, played out for. And I don't even know if I should say that, but that's the problem I got. Okay, it's just you didn't read between the lines. Oh, you failed. Well, here's another problem. I'm not trained in ninjutsu, but I did claim I was trained in ninjutsu to my karate dan teacher, my Kyo-san Nem. I told him that because I just said what I thought he wanted to hear, and I didn't know better. All I know is that I watched Bloodsport so many times, and I'm literally doing some of the moves. Oh, no, take that back. I'm not doing some of the moves, but I'm doing, well, maybe I am, but here's what I'm saying. I watched Bloodsport and Kickboxer, and I watched Kickboxer 2. Okay, I watched these movies that gave me inspiration and drive and motivation, power. I felt that a lot already. I'm only, age 14. I'm a kid still, but I look like a man. Look like a military man. And so, how to say this? I learned karate just naturally anyway. It came so fast to me, so fast. I learned it, picked it up so naturally and fast. Now, this is what I'm trying to tell you, everyone. Before I get off on two different subjects, like Hulu kind of scatters everything out. I know my channel is kind of scattered like Hulu, but I don't know how to keep it all separate. I don't know how to, when people don't take me seriously, and it's been like that for some years now, it makes me look stupid. But that's the problem. I'm not meant to look stupid because I have this history, but there has to be proof. Now, or there doesn't have to be proof, because this is the whole thing about this. These Dan teachers are supposed to be really special, prominent, good people. They're supposed to be. They're depicted to be that way. Now, if they're not going to claim me and credit me for what I've done, if they're going to say there's another Dan teacher that did this only, ain't wrong. That's not the way it should be, because why? I don't want to make people look bad. But, I'll just have to fake things, and, I don't know what to say, honestly, okay? I don't want to get on that subject, really, but this is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so let me get at it. Jin Kazama, he lost so his talent was like, kind of crappy moves, but there's one move And there's more than one move, but it started out like he didn't even do a roundhouse kick. I remember in Tekken 3, but when you get into Tekken 7, okay, Tekken 7, he does a drive-through roundhouse kick. You notice that? You notice he does a drive-through roundhouse kick, and then my Karate Dan teacher Michael Hurst would say, okay, Mr. Hurst would say, he'd say what? How would he say it? And what did he say? Mr. Salazar, you seem hesitant. You seem hesitant, Mr. Salazar. Why are you hesitant? And he would say, he'd say, you have habits that must be broken. They go like, zombie. And habits. What are my habits? Why do I have habits? Well, when you misinterpret, and let me clarify this. Chuck Norris comes from our federation as well, but he left it. And my Kyosanem teacher, he left the federation too as well. Now, this is what I'm getting at. These guys left the federation, but they already got what they wanted out of the federation, I would have to admit. They got what they wanted out of the federation. Now, for me to be denied training, the reason I was denied partially is because of a false misinterpretation of my history that, I don't know what it is, but probably that's part of it, that some false information about me, rumors, lies, bogus crap, was misinterpreted to the wrong authorities that they thought it was correct. And then, oh, you can't have your karate training. He's mental. Well, he's too mental, and that's what happened. No, it didn't all happen like that. And I'm not going to get into it, but that's why, is that why I'm is this why I have been denied my training? You see, and then there's other parts that, I dated this girl that was from the karate class in 1995. And then I think actually, if it hasn't been sold, my royalties or whatever, but I remember going out to eat with her one time at some restaurant, Dearborn or something. And when I got back to her house, in her basement is a kitchen, and she was telling me, I was asking her about, royalties. She briefly talked about Shenmue. Her and her mother were talking about Shenmue, but, she looked at me like, go sit down. Don't say nothing. Like, and I'm thinking like, what? And it's like, when you have feelings for some girl, and, also, like the first time I seen this girl, I thought she had my pictures that this, Joe Ryu, won't say the name, whatever, but, these pictures, I remember they went missing from, I was taking a 2D loot tube in the bathroom, and they got picked up. And then when I was, I think what it was, this girl actually, I remember she was crying in class, little 11-year-old girl crying, and there's actually video of that, but I didn't know to, like, how to really explain it. I'm Mexican too, okay? And I'm not just saying that to be like, whatever, but I'm taught to respect my parents, to obey my parents no matter what, respect them. And I can't just go against my, my traditions, my values. I'm also that. And I'm Texan, and I'm raised a certain way. And if I do something, it's like I'll get disowned. It's like I'll get, anything. I don't even know, all the crap I would do, like that would, in the karate class was so advanced, so special. And if I did anything to defy my parents, whatever, I'd lose my karate lessons. What am I gonna do? when my Don teacher adopted me, he's moving to Arizona. What am I supposed to do? You see, I'm gonna, have relations with this girl that's 11 and I'm 14. Literally, and that's literally what I have to say because I have to have some kind of compensation. And this girl and this Don teacher and the right people that don't give a crap or a damn about me, I'd rather say not crap, I'd rather say don't give a damn about me, don't call me back, And the reason I might be swearing, oh, don't swear, well, here's the whole thing. There's like Republican people and also, like in this, karate federation, I'm not going to identify them, but they don't want me to swear. And Ryozuki does swear occasionally, sorry everyone, but I can't be a squeaky clean phony when I'm not phony. I'm trying to be this guy and I'm trying to be something in Hollywood, but this is the problem I've got. Historical parts of my history, I've been lied to, I've been deceived, I've been, had my royalties stolen from me. Well, here's what I have to say about that. There's probably a way to make it work, but I have to be highly compensated. Now, this is the whole problem I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have a lot of problems if I'm not, how to explain this. I don't see why some authority wouldn't come forth and pay me something, pay me some rich person in another country, if it has to be some rich guy, this is the problem I have. I thoroughly earned that respect for Shenmue, the fight choreography, the body, the looks, everything is me, and I'm not Superman, but I might as well be Superman because I did that so well. And I did also this Jin Kazama character so well, it's like insulting to me that if I don't get my money and if I don't get my compensation, my royalties, my respect that I thoroughly earned, I'm gonna be greatly offended because this is something I earned in a degree. When I went to those karate classes, my parents just dropped me off there, and there was some maybe disagreements with my parents and the teachers, the Don teachers. That's not my fault, and it's not my fault that other people wanted these royalties that I thoroughly earned. It's not my fault that other people would steal this from me and, say, oh, that's us. Bullshit, that ain't no one but me. But that's what I'm dealing with, and this is what I've got to say. Okay, it's just there's too much problems I have. I can't have a clean house most of the time. I'm supposed to be living like a good life with those royalties. Those royalties were not supposed to go to somebody making babies that they can't stop spreading their legs. I mean, and I don't want to just say that, but not a Baker College in Allen Park, but here's what I got to say about this. I can spread my legs too, but I just wish the girl that I dated would have spread them out wide enough so I could get it. But that's part of the problem I got. I'm a virgin man. Virgin man. He's a virgin man. Like a virgin. Like a virgin. Like a virgin. I could be flaky and creepy as hell, but that's the problem I got. That's the problem, because this one girl I dated doesn't say nothing to me and doesn't admit that she took my money and doesn't admit that. That's the problem I got. You see? Say her name. Say my name, say my name. When no one is around you, say, baby, I love you. Well, I would. I didn't get a milkshake. Oh, I didn't get what I needed. This is the whole problem. It's not about American Pie, but it might as well be about American Pie too, my life and my future, what is going to become of Ryan Michael Salazar. You see, this is the problem. This is the whole problem I've got. The people that are crewed with her are like assholes. Okay, probably a lot of them are assholes, and I don't know who's going to be a nice person or a bad person or an asshole. What am I going to do? See, who's the asshole? Who's the nice guy? Who's this? Who's that? They're all American, most of her friends, or maybe not all of them, but if they're foreign American, if they're some other culture, I don't know who to trust. But I do know one thing. I earned those royalties. And if she's got them, if she's claiming that for kids in another state or kids in another country, I don't even know. But that's, see, this is the whole thing about this. This is based on speculation too, but this is what I've got to go with. I remember this, being at Target, and what? I go to Target, wait in the car. Somebody's hitting that Target in the bathroom. Yep, in the bathrooms, right on Ford Road. There you go. And she took me there a few times and hitting Target. Oh, should I get hit that Target? Why do you think I was playing darts at that hall? Yeah. Why do you think I was playing darts? I want to hit that Target. Oh, Jacob can hit it, right? Cowboy hat. You hit that shit, huh? You might want to make me look dumb. Some that Ray of Hope's friends. But guess what? I don't want to look dumb myself. You think I have pride? You're damn right I have some fucking pride, because this is what they made me. Gin, they made me Rio, and I will swear sometimes I don't give a shit, because that's the problem I got. And I have to express this with an attitude, because why? Why? This anger is built up inside me so much, and this is the problem I got. I earned it with respect, I earned it with royalties. Now, that's why, it's offensive, and I'm having some problems sometimes getting the right people to give me a chance. Give me the money. Well, I gotta get an attorney now. Now I gotta get an attorney to get this back. You see, I gotta get an attorney to get this back. Well, I'm quite offended. And 48 minutes. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of crap I've been going through. I mean, I would have always wanted to go to Japan, but that takes money. And this book costs money. Look at this. Got it from Barnes & Noble. This thing costs what? $13.99 in America. And that is not a cheap book. I would love to go to Japan and claim some of this, but I was not informed. So, okay, this video is for legal purposes too. And, I've got to get what I earned. Why am I online? And that degree, was translated as Bentogond, not because I want to laminate my card. That's just something the instructor made up in class. You might want to laminate this. Make me, try to fool me. No. They were joking about, Japanese a-hole. That's what it means in other languages. Japanese a-hole. Feed the Japanese a-hole. And don't waste. I'm an a-hole because I wasted sushi in a bathroom. That's all it means, literally. My memory is intact. My mind's intact. My brain's intact. Everything's intact, everyone. So that's literally why, I had that problem, because it's not a problem. Okay, that's not a problem, but there was a time when I wasted some sushi in a bathroom. I never had even Chinese food at the time, but I was supposed to go to Japan and this and that. Now, that's in the past, but this is what I believe I should be credited for. I should be credited for doing these moves. These are my own moves. This tornado kick, 3 kick strings, both of them, the progressions, and the thunder kick is my own move. And what are the kicks? I've got other moves that are my own moves. I know I did the cyclone kick right at the time, and here's what I want to say. The cyclone kick, I know I'm doing it wrong if I don't tuck in my knee like that. So I probably will be doing it right again. And then there's a certain way you do the windmill correctly. I've seen it on Shenmue how you do it correctly. I might as well do those correct again, and that's without the Don teachers teaching me. But I'm like a stunt guy. I have to take that chance anyway. They won't even train me now. Or they will, or maybe I take that back. Maybe they will train me. But I don't know. You know, see, this is the problem I've got. I've tried to get my training. I've tried to. And, you know, tempers flare. See, like, when I don't get my training, I'm mad. I'm mad about this. I'm not happy. I'm angry. And I've been needing my training. But that's part of the problem I got. See? So, yeah, there's more moves that are my own moves. Okay, Dragon Spin was my own move. Mud Spider was my own move. There's more. I have to really think about all the moves that are my own moves. Now, Dragon Spin or Cartwheel Kick, you know, I just did that spiritually in class. And there's more, but it has to be really determined and deciphered what are my moves and what those moves are worth in Shenmue royalties. And not just, you know, like Sega royalties, whatever, government royalties. See, royalties come from the government and under copyright law. But they could give me new ones. I don't know what's going to happen because I might have to, you know, see, this is what I'm saying. The game industry use these moves. And it wasn't a guy, it wasn't literally a Don, you know, that, because I was a white belt that did this, so that's what I have to convey to everybody. Got the fan on me, and this is Retro Zuki 81. I just want to get this message across to everybody. Don't mind the profanity sometimes, but that's the problem I got. Okay, that's the problem I got. Missing my money for so many years. I missed that money for 28 years, and it's been going somewhere else. I think I'm worth money because I'm the guy that first did these moves for Shenmue, for Tekken, even, you know, Yakuza. So that's why I think I'm worth a lot of money for that. And I've got other goals too. This is Retro Zuki 81.